There are people who are already in the market but not sure about what is future and what is option. They would have heard the terms futures and options but may not know the details. Even some of them who are doing it already may not know different things, important things about the futures and options. We shall see in this video in some simple terms as to what is equity market, what is futures market, what is options is about. When someone wants to buy a share, he generally, to begin with, buys in the equity market, which is also called as cash market, where for anything that we buy, we need to pay cash. Cash in terms of through a bank. That's money, immediate money is what is called cash. And then since we are buying the equity share itself, it's also known as equity market. So in the equity market, the basic transactions are we buy, we sell equity shares. When we buy, we get delivery. When we sell, we need to give delivery. When we buy, we pay. When we sell, we get money. And of course, there are price plus tax and brokerage. There are market lots which are only one now. It used to be different earlier when shares were in material form, in certificate form. After the demat era, everything is dematerialized and hence just one is the market lot. People can buy in multiples of one, which means they can buy any number, any odd number, even number, any number, and they can also sell any number. Suppose somebody wants to buy State Bank of India today, say 17th of November 2020, he can buy in the market for 230 rupees. He can buy 1 share, 2 share, 5 share, 500, 5,000, 5 lakh shares also, for which he needs to pay money and take delivery. He buys today, he can sell immediately also if he finds a profit or he wants to get out of the transaction immediately. So there is no restriction, there is no limit. He can sell it after 20 years also, provided the stock continues to be listed and there are people to buy. So there is no minimum or maximum time period to hold. So as soon as you buy, you become the owner, you are free to sell in cash market. And you need to pay the full money. And you need to give delivery if you are selling. These are all about the equity and cash market. We are seeing all this even though it's known specifically now because we want to compare this with futures market so that we understand what is futures market better. So the futures market is another section within the same market like NSE or BSE. If you are handling in the terminal, you need to select F&O. Futures market, as the name implies, it's about future. We are only entering into a contract to buy or to sell something in future. The future is even the next minute. So suppose somebody wants to buy State Bank of India in futures market, he can buy. He need not pay the full money because he is only signing a contract, not actually buying the shares. He is buying signing a contract saying that at the current market price, whatever we are now, it's trading and the buyer and seller agrees. At that price, they are signing a contract saying that I will take delivery, I am buying. And he will pay. Since the delivery is not happening immediately and it's only a contract about future, he needs to pay only a margin, not the full money. However, there is a difference. In cash market, we said people can buy any small number or big number, any number. Whereas in futures market, there are certain quantities fixed for the stocks. Now I am saying the stocks because all those shares that are listed in a particular stock exchange will be traded in the cash section or equity section. But not all the shares are eligible to be traded in the futures section. Only such of those scripts shares which evince a lot of interest amongst traders, which is traded in huge quantity every day. And there are some other criteria, definitely not about the profitability of the company or anything else like that. It doesn't speak about performance of the organization, the shares organization. It only speaks about the performance or activities of the share in the share market. If some share is actively traded, it will be moved to futures and option also matters, because while some share is traded in futures and options, it's also traded parallelly in equity market. So some shares, selected shares are permitted to be traded in futures and options market, and that shares cannot be bought in small quantities, but they fix a lot size. For example, for State Bank of India, the lot size currently is 3000. When I say currently, it means that it may get changed, and it was different earlier. So the market, the exchange will constantly look at the price of the particular script in FNO and keep changing the market lot so as to ensure the total value is around 6 to 10 lakhs, not more than that, not less than that. So this adjustment is done only for that. So presently it is 3000. This is the market lot for State Bank of India. Someone wants to buy in futures market instead of cash market. If he wants to buy 3000 shares in cash market, he has to pay 6,90,000 rupees towards the full money for 3000 shares at the rate of 230 per share. Whereas in futures market, he need not pay the full money of 6.9 lakhs. He is required to pay only a margin. There are two types of margins, span margin and volatility and some other margin. So let us call it margin together, margin money, which will be around 1/6 to 1/8 of the contract value. For this explanation's sake, let us assume the margin money is 1 lakh. 6.9 lakhs divided by 6 roughly, but it could be different. You can see in the slide that we are showing along with. So that's the margin money one has to pay. Once he pays that margin money, small amount, a portion of it for the total contract value, he is eligible to buy, to sell whatever he has bought. He is eligible to sell that and make money if the price goes up or lose money if the price goes down. In cash market, we said that when a person buys, he is free to hold or sell immediately or anytime later. Whereas in futures market, there is a limitation. In cash market, when we buy, we simply buy, putting an order that we want to buy this either at market rate or a particular rate. If you specify a rate we are lucky, otherwise you may have to modify the rate and get it. Otherwise, when you put market rate, you will get it. Whereas in futures market, when we buy, we have to specify which month contract we are entering, because there are 3-month contracts. When I am entering into a contract or buying in futures market in the month of November on 17th, today for example, then if I am buying for November contract, in November contract, I need to close this contract before the last Thursday of the November month 2020, which happens to be 26th this time. So my contract will say I bought the expiry date of 26/11/2020, 3000 State Bank of India shares at 230 rupees. This is my contract plus tax. So since the end date is specified, I have to close this contract. Since I have bought, I have to sell it before 26 necessarily, come what may. The price are up or down. I can sell immediately or I can sell anytime tomorrow, day after, but definitely before 26th, trading closing hours 3:30 p.m. on 26th. Again, I can buy in the month of December, for the month of December. Again, I can buy in the December contract. I can also buy in January contract. If I buy something in December contract, I need to sell before the end of December last Thursday trading hours. If I buy in January contract, I have to sell before the last Thursday of January 2020. While the final date is fixed, not the beginning date. I can buy in December for December contract and sell in November itself. Buy for January, and if I get a good price, I can sell in November itself. I can buy for that matter immediately also. But I cannot hold beyond the contract date. So in futures market, we have three different contracts. Current month, next month, far month. So we have to buy in any one of this. The prices will be different. The market lots are the same. Market lots are the same. The prices can be different depending on what is the outlook for the particular share price by the market. Now I have bought. I have paid a margin. If the prices go up, I stand to benefit. Suppose the price from 230 goes up to say 240 today itself. At the end of the day, I make 10 rupees for every share, and for 3000 shares I have made 30,000 rupees. After 2 days, this money will be credited to my account. What happens if the price goes to 220 today itself, end of the trade, at the close of the market hours? Then I have lost 10 rupees. I have to pay to the broker, and he has to remit that in the exchange. Exchange will give it to another broker. That broker will give it to whoever has sold me this. This is known as T+2 settlement. So money should reach, stock should reach within 2 days. So when I lose, I am paying, which is known as M2M, mark to market. So the time I bought, the price I bought, and to the time now I sell, the price, or even if I don't sell, the current market price, the closing hours, they don't want to wait until the end and wonder whether they'll be able to collect. They want to settle every day, unlike before. It used to be like that, and it was a confusion during Badla days. So therefore, when a person buys in futures market, he must be prepared to pay extra money other than the margin if the price changes and goes down. He is always prepared to take more money when the price goes up and he makes money in the contract. So these F&O stocks will be regularly reviewed for continuing in this section. And in cash market, there are limits for some stocks to contain the volatility. They say in a day it can go up only 5%, 10%, 20%. depending on the volatility. Whereas in futures market, that restriction is not there. People can take it up to any level, bring it down to any level. That's what happened in several shares, including Satyam Computers, or the recent example is Yes Bank. Or on March 24th, we saw several shares tumbling down. IndusInd Bank, Kotak Bank. They all fell 10, 20%, 30%. So there is no limit to fall or rise. This is another feature of the futures market. So this is about futures market. People generally, when they want to hedge their position, they have, say, 10,000 State Bank of India. They want to continue with that share. And if they think that the prices are likely to go down and they don't want to lose out, but at the same time they want to sell their stocks, they can sell in futures market by paying a margin. Yes, one can sell like they buy in futures market, they can sell in futures market even if they don't have a particular share. That is known as going short. When somebody has only money, no stock, and buys, it's known as going long. When somebody has no stocks and still sells it, it's known as going short. The same conditions apply. He has to buy it back before the expiry date. If he sells in Jan contract, he needs to buy before end of Thursday of January 21. If he sells in November contract, he has to buy before. So he needs to nullify. If he has bought, he must sell. If he has sold, he must buy. So what happens if he wants to continue but he is forced to sell, because he bought in November, he is forced to sell, he can immediately buy in the next month contract, or he can even buy much before. This is known as rollover. Closing a contract in 1 month and having the same contract in the next month or 1 month later is known as rollover. If the more people are rolling over, then it shows the market is very bullish about that particular stock. Similar to stocks, the Nifty index can also be bought in futures, and it can be bought only in futures. So one can buy, the market lot is 75 now. So one can buy 75 Nifty index. What's the price? Whatever is the index number. If it is 12,700, 12,700 is 75 value, and the margin, not the full value, the margin he has to pay, and for any difference he has to pay or take. So index are traded in futures. Some stocks are traded in futures. There is a difference in market lot. There is a difference in month contract. There is a difference in necessary to sell or buy back. And there is a necessary to pay M to M on a regular basis. This is about futures. Let us see about options now in the next video. Options is also in some ways similar to futures. Only for those stocks for which there is an opportunity in futures, there is an opportunity in options. Not all stocks can be traded in the options section. 1. The market lots are same for both futures and options. The month, current, next, for are same for both futures and options. The expiry dates are the same. The necessary to buy or sell before the contract date is the same. The difference is there is no rollover. So you have to go into a new contract, the next one. It may not be called a rollover. In effect, it can be similar to that. The difference is in futures, when you roll over, you, with a small difference, continue to ride the same trade. Whereas in options, the first trade is very poor and second trade is a fresh full money. Okay. What do you mean by options? Futures is a contract for buying or selling a particular stock or index. Option, there is no contract to buy or sell a stock. Actually here, people are estimating the price in future of a particular stock or index and they are betting on it. Yes, it's like betting. Suppose we take the example of the same State Bank of India shares. The State Bank of India share is currently on 17th November when I am talking in this video, it's about 230 rupees. The market lot is 3000 in futures. I feel, or say A feels, the State Bank of India is likely to go up. It may touch 250 rupees before the end of this expiry, that is 26th November. Then what he can do, he can buy in cash market. He has to pay a lot of money. He can buy in futures, not so much of money, but he has to buy a big lot and the margin itself can be sizable, and he has to sell as a lot. The difference is in cash market, if you buy 100 shares, you can sell 10 on different days, or you need not, you don't sell. Whereas in futures, you have to sell, and also when you sell, you have to sell in lots only. If you have bought one lot, you have to sell one lot. If you have bought 5 lots, all 5. But on different days, you can sell. But the unit of sale is only one lot. The lot is 3000 means 3500 means 500, whatever. Options also similar. But in options, you don't need so much of money to buy one State Bank of India option. It's even less than the futures market price. Because It's like a token. Let me tell like this. There are two sets of people who believe that the price of State Bank of India, for that matter, any share, we are taking one example, State Bank of India. The State Bank of India share price 230 is high, some people feel, and they think sometime or other it has to come to 200 or 210 or 220, but definitely less than 230, the current price. I ask them to stand on the left side. I say, you all stand here, you expect the price to come down. Another group who think the price is undervalued, the stock is undervalued. So the State Bank of India price can go to 250, even 270. So they are very sure about it and they want to make money. They can buy in the cash market. Like I said before, they don't have so much of money, or they don't want to put so much of money, or for the money they have, they want to play with more number of stocks. So I call them, I ask them to stand on my right side. Like we say, those who are pessimistic about the stock price, we call them bears, and those who are optimistic about the share price in future, we call them bulls. Here we say all those who think that the price will go down, please buy put option, PUT, put option. All those who think that the price is low and will definitely go up, you please buy call options. There are two types of options. If somebody is bullish about the price, they have to buy call option. If somebody is bearish about the price, they have to buy put options. They are marked differently and sold and traded differently. So when you buy a put option, not everybody is thinking the price will come to a particular level. There are people who think it will come to 225. There are people who think 200, to 190. So different prices. Again, in bullishness also, some people think that from 230 it may go to 240 for sure. Some may think definitely 250. Some are willing to take a risk and say 260, 270 is also possible. So amongst the people who want to buy put, there are different ideas. Amongst people who want to buy call options, there are different ideas. So we tell them, better we will give you price, strike price. We call it strike price. So State Bank of India is available at different strike prices. It's traded at 230, 225 is one strike price, 220, 215, 210, two different strike prices. Similarly, there is for every stock there is a price jump. So scale. So like that, this way also, you can buy anything. Suppose you think from 230 it will come to 220, you have to look at put option strike price 220. There are some people selling it, there are some people buying it. You want to buy it, no? So you can look at what's the price. Suppose you say it is 5 rupees. Options will be only of that price. So you are buying a 5 rupee traded 225 rupees strike price, put option for State Bank of India 3000. So 3000 into 5 rupees, 15,000 you have to pay. You are free to sell this option that you have bought now anytime before the contract expiry date. Suppose as you expected the price has come down, the option price what you bought at 5 rupees will go to 6 rupees, 7 rupees, 8 rupees, 9 rupees. You thought it will come to 225, you bought 225 strike price, it goes down to 210. You are excellent. So the price will go to 15 rupees. I am saying example. So 15 rupees into 3000, 45,000 you can sell the same option before the expiry date as and when the price comes closer to that. And then you make money. Conversely, what happens is after you bought for 5 rupees, the State Bank of India share price goes up to 235 to 40. What happens? The 5 rupees what you bought, nobody will touch it hereafter. So 225, it's a remote possibility. So people will not buy it. More people will try to sell it. So it will come to 50 paisa. So you will get 50 paisa for every 3000. You will get only 1500 rupees. You have to pay some tax and get out. Sometimes even you will not get that money. So there is a strike price. Similarly, call option also. There is a strike price to 30, to 35, to 40, 45, 50, 60, 70. Very distant ones, there will be few trades. Not many people will be willing to sell or buy. So closer to the price, there will be more. This happens for stocks and index also. There are people who bet the index will come down to 12,000. There are people who bet the index will go to 14,000. So 14,000 call option or 11,000 put option. I am talking about only buying options. So when you buy, to whatever money you pay towards the buying the option, that is in both put and call, that is the risk limited to. So you pay 5 rupees, 15,000 rupees is the maximum you can lose, not more than that. Whereas instead of buying a put, if you want to sell a put, that's very risky. There are people who are selling you, they are taking risk. But for the risk, the reward is if they make money, there is no limit. If they lose money, there is no limit. So their risk and reward both are wide open. Whereas for people only those who buy only in the market options, their loss is limited, profit is unlimited. So the expiry is all the same. Options are more for people who are speculative in mind, who have a lot of time and lot of money and strong nerve to lose. Very few people make money, only big wigs make money. But some smart people can. But this is only for the sake of explaining and understanding. You have to take your own call. I personally feel, and I have written my book Futures and Options in Tamil. I wrote in 2009 or 10. I said better to avoid, especially for those newcomers and small investors. The best way to make money is to buy stocks, accumulate good stocks over a period in small lots. Thank you.